Everybody here? Are we all here? We should be about 100 people. Okay. Good afternoon, worm breeders and friends. Welcome to the third Latin American Worm Meeting, Valparaiso 2023. It means the world to us that you've come to this celebration of friendship and good science. The Latin American meeting started in 2017. It was an original idea from Gustavo right here and Ines, both from the Pasteur Institute, and continued in 2020 in Rosario with the organization of Diego de Mendoza, who is also somewhere around in Argentina. This meeting, therefore, completes the trajectory east to west in the South Cone. And as a Chilean poet wrote, all the roads and all the destinations on earth lead to the sea, Valparaiso. So the third meeting really had to be here. We want to thank the contributions we received from people and institutions to make this meeting possible. The meeting was organized by the Interdisciplinary Center for Neuroscience of Valparaiso, an excellence center from the University of Valparaiso. EMBO contributed with most of the funds that allowed to give travel, fellowship, and registration waivers to most our participants. We also received significant contribution from ICGEB, and co-sponsors to this meeting are IBRO, the Cultural Park, the Catholic University of Chile, the Millennium Initiative from the Government of Chile, Sunny Biotech, who also gave us the plush toys that are out there, the little wormies kissing each other, and Philum Tech. Members of this organization are Andrea Cuentas, who is coming from the US, but she's Peruvian, a postdoc, Maria Jose de Rosa from Argentina, Diego Reyes from Argentina, Alejandro Vasquez, who is Colombian, but it's living in the US, Daniel Hochbaum, and the local organizers, Maria Fernanda Hornos and myself. Okay. Finally, the people behind every detail are the wonderful administration of the Interdisciplinary Center for Neuroscience. And I really have no words to thank these people. First of all, Maya Seibel, you're going to see all of these guys really solving all our problems here. Moisés Acevedo, Rodrigo Toro, Jesus Olivares, Priscila Escobar, and Ana Maria Navia. These are people that routinely save our lives at the center, and they are doing the same thing for this meeting in a very selfless and wonderful way. So from the bottom of my heart, you guys, thank you so much for helping us out. We also want to acknowledge and welcome our leadership that found this meeting relevant enough to be here today. First, the Dean of the Faculty of Science, who is at the back of our room, Marisol Tejos. Thank you so much for being here, Marisol. The Postgraduate Coordinator of the School of Sciences, John Ewer. The Director of the Center for Interdisciplinary Sciences, Juan Carlos Saez. The Director of the Institute of Neuroscience, Agustin Martinez. And the founder and ex-director of the CINV and the National Prize of Science, Ramon Latorre. I really want to thank you all for being here. This is really an amazing party that we're going to have, so just praise for it. I want to give you some important information. You have to wear your credentials at all times, like really at all times. It's going to be part of your clothing. Speakers and chairs, please be here 15 to 30 minutes earlier to load your presentations. You will come to this table, and Fran right here is going to help you out. The posters have to be placed at the back of this stage, right? You enter in a different door at lunchtime or at the coffee breaks. They cannot be put up while we are having the talks here, because the doors are going to be closed and it's going to be dark. Also, food and beverage is not allowed in this room. As you read in the door, not even mate. So please, guys, don't hate me, but that's a rule. There is a very good reason for this to be. Also, there are dogs in the park. So please do not feed them or show them excessive love, because they will follow you here, and we should not have doggies inside. Those of you who would be eligible or want to be eligible for flash talks, please sign a paper that we're going to go through in the room. This is, Diego is in charge of this part, so he's gonna pass it's over there. Okay, he's gonna go around. Those people that are presenting poster and would like to give flash talks, please sign up the sheet. And last but not least, in the case of an earthquake, we will calmly walk to the grass by the aeolic sculptures out there. This is extremely unlikely, but still you are in Chile, so this could happen. And if that happens, we will walk very calmly to the safety zone, which is outside by the statues, okay? So right now, this is the finishing part of the formal part. I'm going to introduce now the Queen of the Night, which is our keynote, Piali Sengupta. Where is Piali? There. It is my great pleasure to introduce Piali tonight. She's a pride to the community. Piali did her doctoral research with Dr. Brent Cochran at MIT, studying pheromone signaling in Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Then she switched to the worm during her postdoctoral research with Corey Barkman at UCSF in California. She's now a professor at Brandeis University and has chaired graduate programs at the Department of Biology until very recently. She is also in the editorial board of many scientific journals, such as eLife, PLOS Biology, Genes, Brains, and Behavior, among many others. Piali's work can fall under the bigger question of how animals interact with the environment. More specifically, her group explores the mechanisms by which cilia form and functions in homeostasis and disease states. They also work in identifying the neuronal and molecular mechanisms by which C. elegans senses and responds to chemical and thermal stimuli, and to explore how these responses are altered based on experience and context. Her work has been instrumental in understanding key aspects of sensory perception, and even venture in the fascinating world of how microbiota shapes and directs the ability of animals to respond to environmental stimuli. Looking at her publications, it becomes obvious that she values collaboration and has done so with many worm labs, some of which are here present today. Postdocs and peers working with her are impressed by her intentional, active push for highly collaborative interactions and her generosity with her time, creating exciting, helpful discussions and contributing to the growth of the worm community. She has organized neuroscience meetings and C. elegans international meetings, participates in mentorships and outreach programs. On a personal level, I want to say that certain gestures are just so moving. When we invited her, she was intending to go somewhere else. The fact that Piali changed her plans to be with us is, to say the least, flattering, inspiring, and a great gesture of support for the Latin American worm community. We appreciate her presence here and know that the students would learn a lot about how to be an impactful scientist in all aspects from her participation. Welcome, Piali, to Valparaiso and the third Latin American Worm Meeting.